Hello, welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today I got a contract on Upwork where I do my freelancing to build a task tracker. So basically this client doesn't want a full snazzy CRM system. They want one that they can have in Excel and just manage on their own. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and build this together. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so you'll see here, we're gonna have 3 tabs. We're gonna have the list of tasks that they have. They have an in progress one, which will show all the ones that are in progress, and then they'll have a done list as well. So basically what they want is they want a way for when this status changes to either in progress or to done, it'll take that task from here and move it to the respective tab. So if they are working on a task here and in progress and they switch the status to done, it needs to take that record and add it here to the next available row. All right, so let's go ahead and start with, let's just create some fake data here, and I'll go ahead, let me zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. 145, there we go. All right, and then in the date, we'll just create some fake data here for testing purposes. We'll add a few rows. Priority. So for this priority, let's actually create a data validation sheet so that they can add and change data validation to their heart's content. So we will call this priority list, priority, and then a status list as well. Okay, so now we'll create a list of these priorities. We'll just call it low, medium, and high, and then the status we'll call not started, in progress, or done. Okay, so we'll go ahead and reference that here. So priority, we will just go ahead and go to data. We will go to data validation here, and we'll go to list. Our source is going to be our source list here for priority. We'll just go down to 20, say okay. So now they have a list from low, medium, or high they can select from. And then in the status, we will go here and do the same thing. List, status, we'll go down to 20, and we'll say okay. So now they can select their status, not started, in progress, or done. So this is good, okay. And we could probably just hide this tab. We'll mention it in our message to the client, like, hey, this is what we're doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in some fake information here. I'm just gonna put the due dates as the same. The description, fake description here. Okay, so now, and then let's set all of these to not started. Okay, so all these say not started. So now the idea is, the ask here is, okay, when the status changes to in progress, it should take this record, remove it from this data set, and drop it into the in progress section here, okay? So let's change this back. So basically what we're gonna need is a worksheet change function. And what a worksheet change function does is it basically looks at, think of it as like constant eyes. So there's constantly eyes looking at this sheet. And if a specific set of conditions are met, then it performs an action. Okay, so what we need to do is set up our worksheet change function to constantly be looking at column D here. And then if it meets a criteria, then it needs to perform an action. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So if we right click on our sheet down here and we go to view code, we can open up and you'll see that in our module here, we are inside of the tasks sheet. Okay, so sometimes if you've watched prior videos of mine, we're working in a module. In this case, we don't want to be doing that. We want to be working inside of the code that is behind the sheet 3 or tasks sheet itself. And then this is where we're gonna set up our worksheet change function, okay? So set up a worksheet change function. We're simply gonna start it with private sub worksheet change by val target as range. Okay, so basically we're going to be looking at a target, and the target is a range. And that's going to, if caught or evaluated to true, it will execute this worksheet change function. All right. So let's go ahead and dim our variables, which are a number of worksheets. We will dim our task sheet. We will dim our worksheet done. We need to get the last row. So we need to get the last row of our task list. We'll dim it as a long. We'll dim our last row done as a long as well. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about VBA here and how all this stuff works. I do have prior videos that go way in more depth about this, but what I want to show you guys in this video is just how to set this thing up if you're looking to build something like the exact same thing. You guys can just follow along with this, okay? So, last thing we need to dim is our range, because we will be working with a range. Let's go ahead and set our worksheet task variables to be this. We want it to be this workbook.sheets, and it's called tasks, or task, or no, it's called tasks, sorry. Let's go ahead and set our worksheet done to this workbook.sheets done is the sheet name. Okay. Now we need to check if our change in our worksheet happens in column D, because that's when we want this code to execute. All right. So let's write a little comment. Check if the change is in column D. So what we're going to say is if not intersect the target, which is wherever our cursor is, the target will evaluate to whatever cell we just changed. We're looking in the worksheet task sheet in the column of D is nothing. So as long as that's nothing, or not nothing, sorry. So we're checking to see if the target or our active cell or whatever just changed is in column D, then we need to do something. Well, what do we want to do? We need to basically check if the value is done. So we're going to check our range and see if the range is equal to done. And if it is, we're going to perform our task. Okay, so first we need to loop through each value in our range. Okay, let's go ahead and end or next range. Now all the code in here will get executed. So if we are in column D, we are going to execute this, is basically what we're doing now. So if the range.value equals done, then what are we going to do? Well, we need to find the last row of our done sheet, of our worksheet done, so that we can append that record to it. .done rows.count. We're looking in column A. Again, I'm not going into detail with all of this VBA. This is merely, if you guys want to build this exact same thing, just follow these exact same steps and you'll be able to do it. Next, we need to get the task. Which task are we working with? So we're going to get the row, we're going to copy it, and then our destination is going to be worksheet done and the rows of last row done, because we just got our last row here. So we're going to be appending it to the last row done, just like that. Okay. Now what do we need to do? We need to delete the task from the task sheet. .row.delete, and that will delete that. And then we need to end our if statement here. And then we have our next range here. And then we also need to end this if statement here. So end if, just like that. Okay, so we get tasks done. Let's go and see if this worked. So if I change this to done, that record disappeared, and bam, we are over here in our done sheet, and you can see the status is still done here. There we go. So now we need to do the same thing, but for in progress. So we need to check if it's in progress, then move it to the in progress sheet instead. Okay, so let's go ahead and view our code. Okay, so now we need to add our in progress sheet to this worksheet as well, or to this code rather, sorry. So dim worksheet, we'll just call it progress as worksheet. Okay, we need to set our worksheet progress equal to this type workbook.sheets in progress. Okay, so we just need to update this if statement here, basically. So we're still checking if our intersection is in the target range, which is column D, which is correct. We're still looping through each of the rows, but instead of checking if it is done, we're going to check if it's in progress, okay? So we basically just need to create an else if section of this. Else if the range value equals in progress, then do what? Well, we need to pretty much do this exact same thing. So I'm just gonna copy this code, paste it here, and then just change our references. So right now we're referencing worksheet done, which we don't want to do. We want to reference worksheet progress. Okay, get the last row of worksheet progress. We're still working with our worksheet task sheet. Our destination is no longer worksheet done. It's going to be worksheet progress. And then the last row done, we will rename to last row progress and drop that in here. Okay, so now we're copying it. We're copying our value from our worksheet task and we're pasting it into worksheet progress to the last row of progress. And then we're still going to delete that record. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this. So now if we're over here and in progress, we change this to in progress. Bang, that record went away. And then bang, we have it here in our in progress sheet. And there we go. So now what we can do is we can actually fancy this thing up a little bit. And what we can assume, the client didn't say this, but we also should have logic in here in the status and the in progress to move records from here to the done. Okay, so now we need to basically copy the code, but change our references from tasks to in progress to done. So let's go over back to our tasks sheet. We will copy this entire module. And then over here in the left pane, we're gonna go to the in progress because now we're gonna be checking for actions inside of this in progress sheet. Okay, so now the code is actually going to be the exact same, except we need to change our references from the worksheet task to be the in progress worksheet. So we're checking, and we can actually delete this else if statement because we're not going to be changing any values to in progress because they're already in progress. So we can delete that. So we just need to change this one. So last row done, which is right. We just really need to change the worksheet task here to be our new source sheet. Okay, so that should, oh here, we got to update this as well. That should do it for us. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. And if I change this to done, hopefully it will move over to the done. Bam, that record went away, and bam, it's right here now. And there we go. So now we can move a record from tasks. So if we go to, and I'm going to change this to high so that we have some differentiation here. If I change this to in progress, that record goes away. Here's our priority high record. Now we can change our status from in progress to done, and we move that here, and there we go. And there is our macro, or our project rather. So just to reiterate, we have code inside of our worksheets here. If you have watched prior versions, remember, we usually work in modules, but in this case, we are working inside of the sheets themselves because we are capturing change that occurs. So a worksheet change function, you define a target, you say, okay, look in this column. If anything ever changes in this column and it meets a specific criteria, execute this block of code. Okay, so here is where we're checking, is our target or our changed value or our changed cell in column D. And if it is, then check some additional things. First, we're checking to see if it's done. If it's not done, we're checking to see if it's in progress. If it's done, we're moving it from the tasks sheet to the done sheet. If it's in progress, we're moving it from the tasks sheet to the in progress sheet, and that is it. Then in our in progress sheet, if we change a record to done that was in the in progress sheet, it moves that record to the done sheet and it deletes it from the in progress sheet. So there we go. We have a very basic CRM system that lives in Excel, where you can manage tasks, you can move records as opposed to copying and pasting and not knowing where things are occurring. We now have a fully automated system to where the client can move tasks around from each sheet and doesn't have to manually copy and paste records. So there we go. If you guys have any questions, or if there was something in here that you thought could be done a little bit better, comment down below. I would love to see some comments in some of these videos. I would love to help you guys out as much as possible. So check this thing out. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Those two things go a very long way. I love providing these kind of tutorial videos, and liking and subscribing just helps motivate me to continue to do those things. So if you guys could do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.